According to the concept in our textbook, as a service provider, we should become proficient in working with customers who have language differences and disabilities. At the same time, we also need to know how to work with young and elderly customers effectively. Okay everyone, let's look at this concept. Since our customers come from so many different backgrounds, we have to admit that it's impossible to create a perfect strategy for every single person. However, we must at least prepare ourselves to meet the needs of the larger groups that we often deal with. So in this session, I'm going to share some effective strategies on how to handle 4 specific diverse groups, which are customer with language differences, customer with disabilities, and our younger and elderly customers. Now, let's look at our first group, customers with language differences. In today's global environment, language is a major factor in service. Statistics show that in 2019, English was the most spoken language in the world, followed closely by Mandarin Chinese and Hindi. In fact, about 17% of the US workforce are foreign-born people, which means you are very likely to encounter customers from virtually any country. So how do we handle this effectively? Flexibility is the key. First, you need to prepare with alternative methods. For example, large organizations often provide on-call translators or posted listings in different languages. This allows a service provider to identify the language spoken and connect to translator immediately. Second, do your research. Take the time to learn about the different cultures and countries through the internet or libraries. Understanding a customer's background helps you respect their values and traditions. Lastly, if a customer speaks little English or has a heavy accent, don't be frustrated. Instead, use the strategies we will discuss in the next sections to stay professional and helpful. Moving on to the actual strategies. When you deal with language differences, the first rule is to let your customer guide the conversation. Some might want to spend time getting to know you, while others want to get right down to business. You have to recognize these cues. Next, you must be flexible and listen patiently. It can be frustrating when you don't understand each other, but stay focused on their needs. Remember to speak clearly and slowly, but be careful not to sound insulting by overdoing it. And a very important point here, speak at a normal volume. Yelling does not help someone understand your language better. They aren't hard of hearing, they just speak a different language. Lastly, use open-ended questions starting with what or how to encourage them to sharing more information rather than just saying yes or no. Now let's continue with more strategies. First, we need to pause frequently. This is very important because it allows the customer time to translate what you have said in their head, understand it, and then formulate a response. Next, this is the big one. Use standard English. You must avoid technical terms, slang, or even short forms like don't or can because they can be confusing. Also, please be careful. Never use an insulting sing-song or childish voice when talking to them. For example, saying something like, "You wanted me to take this bag," is offensive and unprofessional. It makes the customer feel small and ruins the service experience. Lastly, we must understand the role of silence. In some cultures, especially as Asian cultures, silence is a sign of respect and reflection. As Western influence providers, we often think silence means they are confused, but that's not always true. Give them space to think without rushing to fill the silence. Moving on to specific communication techniques. First, always use globally understood references. This means You should stick to basic language and avoid using metaphors or idioms that are only common in your country. For example, avoid phrases like "I need your John Hancock" or sports terms like "base hit." This might make sense to us, but they will likely confuse some from a different culture. Next, you must be conscious of non-verbal cues. Always monitor the customer's facial expressions and body language. If they look confused, stop and try to reestablish a bond. Also, make sure your own body language is in line with what you are saying. Another strategy to paraphrase the customer's message. Once you think you capture their needs, repeat it back to them in your own words to verify. If you are still not sure, ask a clarifying question like, "I understand your complaint, but how exactly can I help make this better for you?" If speaking is still a challenge, try writing your message. Some customers can read and understand written English much better than they can hear it. You can even use simple symbols or pictures to help explain your point. Finally, avoid humor as a scam. What we find funny might be misunderstood or even offensive to someone from another culture. It's safer to remain professional and straightforward to avoid any unnecessary embarrassment. To wrap up our strategies for language differences, let's look at our delivery. First, we must look for positive options. In many cultures, a direct no is seen as rude, so always smile, apologize, and offer an alternative solution. Next, use question carefully. Avoid yes or no question because some customers might say yes to be polite. Instead, use a step-by-step approach, explain the process clearly and write it down so they have something to refer to later. It is also important to keep your message brief. Avoid long, complicated details, stick to simple words and short sentences to keep the conversation easy to follow. As you do this, check frequently for understanding. Pause often to make sure they are with you, but remember, don't ask "do you understand?" because it can sound insulting. Use tie-in question like "how do you feel about this?" to gauge their reaction. Finally, keep smiling. A smile is a universal language that builds a bond and shows you respect their values and traditions.
And I will present to you guys about our topic, which is customer with disabilities. First of all, from disabled world, there is more or less than 10% of the world's population just has some type of disabilities, not just an issue in the United States but around the world. Facts about disabilities is it is common in society, but 1 in 5 people in America have a disability, showing that disabilities are not rare. From the global impact, around 50% of the world's population live with some of disabilities. It is an increasing trend, which is disability rates are rising due to population aging and chronic health conditions. What is customer with disabilities? It is descriptive phrase that refer to anyone with a physical or mental disability. There are several types of customer service challenge. First, lack of exposure. Some service staff must be uncomfortable due to limited experience with people with disabilities. The second one is lack of knowledge. The staff might not understanding different types of disabilities, and it can lead to uncertainty or mistake. The third one is fear or anxiety. Staff may worry about saying or doing the wrong thing when assisting customers with disabilities. Then, how customers want to be treated? Okay, most of the customers with disabilities want to be treated equally, not specially. They have already learned how to manage their own needs and prefer to be treated with respect and dignity, just like other customers. Equal treatment helps build trust and a positive service experience. Next, I want to talk about customers with hearing disabilities. Serving customers with hearing loss. Hearing loss is increasing common as a population age. More customers experience partial or full hearing loss. Effective communication is essential. Service staff must ensure messages are clearly delivered and understood. There are several general strategies to serve customers with hearing disabilities. First, face-to-face communication. The staff need to face the customer directly. This allows customers to see facial expression and lip movement. Then, you need to speak clearly and slightly louder if appropriate. Louder speech may help customers with partial hearing loss but avoid shouting. The second one is use visual support, such as provide writing information when possible. Writing instructions help customers understand details clearly. The staff might use pictures, objects, or diagrams. Visual aids improve understanding when verbal communication is difficult. Third one is use non-verbal communication. You need to use gesture to get attention. Non-verbal cues such as hand gesture can help gain the customer focus. Then use facial expression and body language. This helps emphasize key points and convey meaning. The fourth one is speak clearly and simply. Enunciate and speak slowly. Clear pronunciation helps customer read lip movement. The second one is use short sentences and simple words. This reduces confusion and improve understanding for customer with hearing disabilities. Then the third one is avoid exaggerating and mouth movement. Over exaggeration can make lip reading more difficult. Not only that, the other strategies to serve customer with hearing disabilities is check for understanding. You need to ask open-end questions. This helps confirm that the customer understands the information clearly. The second one is encourage descriptive response. This allows staff to identify misunderstanding early. Number 6 is control the environment. Communication in a well-lit area. Good lighting helps customer see facial expression clearly. Second one is avoid backlighting. Light from behind can cast shadows and reduce visibility of the mouth. Third one is reduce background noise. A quieter environment improves communication. There are real-life examples, which is from a street talk. Miscommunication can cause frustration. A deaf customer become upset when staff could not understand them. There is effective adaptation that can solve this issue. A crew member use pointing and visual confirmation to understand the order. What we listen here is staff need to prior knowledge and preparation to serve customers with disabilities effectively. Next, I will talk about telecommunication relay service, which is TRS. Next, I want to talk about telecommunication relay service, or known as TRS. What is TRS? TRS is a service where trained operators act as intermediaries between deaf and speech disabled customers and service providers. How it works? Customer type message and the operator relays them verbally in a writing. There are key reminders for the staff. We need to be patient and speak slowly so message can be translated accurately. Next, I want to talk about customers with vision disabilities. It is common in society. Vision loss often occurs due to aging or medical condition. How we can communicate with customers with vision disabilities? We need to speak normally, talk the same way you would to anyone else. But you don't need to raise your voice, because visual impairment does not mean hearing loss. Other than that, you need to use normal language. Everyday expressions like "do you see my point?" are acceptable. Furthermore, we need to provide effective assistance for vision disabilities customers. First, you need to speak directly to the customer. Always address the person, not the others around them. The second one is announce your presence. Let the customer know where you enter and leave the area. The third one is ask before helping. Ask how much sight the person has and how you can assist the best for them. For the customer with vision disabilities, you need to giving direction and physical assistance, which is you need to be more specific, like give clear direction. For example, a chair is 10 feet ahead on your left. The second one is you need to be proper guiding technique. Offer your arm and let the customer hold your elbow. This will show respect to the customer. Third one is sitting assistant. Guide the person's hand to the back of the chair and explain the chair features. Next, I want to talk about customer with mobility and motion impairment. What we need to do if we face the customer with mobility and motion impairment. First of all, we need to offer help in the right way. We need to ask before assisting. Always offer help politely and wait for instruction from the customer. Second one is follow their lead. Customers know best how to manage their movement and device. The third one is avoid assumption. Providing help without permission may disrupt their balance or routine and can cause injury. The second one is you need to prepare the environment. Conduct an environmental survey. Check your workplace for narrow space or obstacle. The second one is ensure sufficient space. A standard wheelchair requires at least 36-inch for space to move safely. The second one is you need to prepare the environment. You can conduct an environmental survey. Check your workplace for narrow space or obstacle. Next, you need to ensure sufficient space. A standard wheelchair requires at least 36 inch of space to move safely. The third one is remove hazard. Rearrange furniture or equipment to improve accessibility. Third one is workplace adjustment. Make immediate adjustment is possible. Move tables, chairs, or furniture to allow easier access. Next, suggest improvement to management. If changes cannot be made immediately, report issues to the appropriate authority. The third one is legal responsibility. ADA and regulation require organization to accommodate customers with disabilities. How you need to serve customer with mobility and motion impairment well? First, you need to respect and communication. Do not underestimate abilities. Customers with disabilities often perform tasks differently, not poorly. Other than that, you need to speak directly to the customer. Communicate respectfully without talking to companion instead. The second one is accessibility of information. Place materials at eye level. Information should be easy to see without causing strain. Wheelchair consideration. Avoid placing materials too high, forcing customer to look up uncomfortably. The third one is do not touch. The third one is we need to have wheelchair etiquette. The third one is we need to know about wheelchair etiquette. Do not touch without permission. Never push, lean on, or move someone's wheelchair unless you ask them. Moreover, you need to respect personal space. A wheelchair is part of the person's personal space. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, good morning everyone. Have you ever noticed how different ages expect different type of service? Today I will share we can better serve both elder and younger customers. Okay, this is our first group, elder customers. Elder people are valuable customers and should never be underestimated. Many of them are still physically and mentally healthy and actively involved in society. The baby boomer generation grows, the number of elder customers continue to increase. Therefore, providing respectful and good quality service is essential to support their needs and improve their quality of life. My first point is be respectful. Firstly, we must always be respectful to elder customers. We should treat them professional and not lose patience, even if they seem confused, slow, or rude. Sometimes their behavior is caused by misunderstanding or the way we treat them. So, we should improve our body language and speak politely. Maintain eye contact, use a calm tone, and never show frustration at them. Next, our second point is be patient. We need to be patient with elderly customers. Give them time to think, ask questions, and make decisions. Do not rush or pressure them. Some elderly customers may process information more slowly or lose focus quickly. By being patient, we build trust and make them comfortable. The third point is we should always answer their question clearly. Listen carefully to what they say. Listen carefully to what they ask. If they are confused, repeat and explain using simple words. Avoid technical terms and speak slowly. Make sure they understand before they make any decision. The next point is try not to sound patronizing. We should not talk down to either customer. They should not be treated as helpless or incapable. A patronizing attitude can make customers feel disrespect and leave. Treat them like any other adult. Use a normal. Next, guard against bias. We must not let age-related bias affect our service. Avoid age-based jokes or comments because they can be offensive. Other people may hear and judge our professionalism. They feel our service is rude. Treat every customer fairly and focus on their individual needs, not their age. Last but not least, remain professional. Finally, always remain professional. Use polite words like please, thank you, and yes sir or madam. Avoid being overly familiar and do not use terms like grammar or slang words. Stay calm, keep proper behavior, and dress appropriately. Professionalism helps build trust and respect. Now, let's move on to our second customer group, which is younger customer. Younger customer include Generation Y and Generation Z, as we, who were born between 1980 and 2010. This group is becoming a major group of consumer and workers today. They are highly exposed to technology and the internet. They are also have a strong purchasing power and influence the market because their lifestyle and thinking are different from all the generations. Is it important for us to understand them to provide effective service? Let's move to our first point, which is different generation have different expectation. Different age group expect different type of service. Understanding this different help us serve customers better. Younger customer usually expect faster and more efficient service, while older customers may prefer more personal interaction. Second point is do not judge customer by their age. We should not judge customer based on their age. Every customer should be treated as an individual. Age does not determine knowledge or ability. By listening and treating customer fairly, we build trust and loyalty. Third is respect younger customers. Younger customers should not be treated as inexperienced or incapable. Avoid being too controlling or taking down to them. Speak respectful and confidently. Respectful treatment encourage positive interaction to them. Next, be professional with all the customers. When serving all the customers, we need to always be professionals. We must do not speak in a rude or overly casual way. We must use polite and respectful language. Passion and professionalism reflect good customer service. Next, how you treat customers matters. Customers remember their service experience. Bad service may cause them to leave and tell others. That can affect our reviews. Good service encourage repeat customers and positive reviews. So, one interaction can affect a company reputation. Other than that, focus on the customers, not the age. Good service focus on personal needs, not age. Respect and clear communication lead to customer satisfaction. Asking questions help us understand what the customer really want. Last but not least, explain clearly and be patient. Some customers may not fully understand the product. We should explain clearly using simple language. Take time and patience when helping them. Patience shows care and professionalism. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello sir, good afternoon. Welcome to our store. Did you find everything you're looking for today?
Good afternoon. Yes, I did. But I'm a little bit confused about the prices.
I'm sorry for the confusion sir. May I know which item you're referring to?
This one. The price on the shelf is lower, but at the counter, it's higher.
Thank you for letting me know sir. Let me explain clearly to avoid any misunderstanding. Okay sir, the lower price is a special offer for store members sir.
Oh, I see. In my country, the prices usually same for everyone.
I understand sir. Different countries have different systems, so it can be confusing.
Yes, especially when the information is written in another language.
That's true sir. I will do my best to explain more in a simple way. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Can you please come a little bit closer to the counter?
Thank you for correcting that. In some cultures, that gesture can be considered rude.
Thank you for telling me, sir. I will be more careful with my body language next time.
I appreciate that.
Many of our customers decide to sign up for membership because it helps them to save money during shopping.
Oh, I see. But I'm only visiting the country for a short time.
That's completely okay, sir. Some customers register even for a short stay, while others prefer not to. It's totally up to you.
Oh, alright. But I want to show before deciding.
Excuse me, miss. Sorry for interrupting you. There is a customer who gets confusing about our membership system. Can you please explain to him about it? Sure. Okay. Tell me. Hi, sir. My name is Maisara, manager here. I heard that you have some questions.
Thank you. I'm a bit unsure about the membership and the promotion.
No problem at all, sir. We are serve people from many backgrounds, so we are happy to explain clearly.
Wow, that's been more comfortable.
Sir, may I ask, do you prefer English or Bahasa Melayu?
English, please. My Bahasa Melayu is not very good yet,
No problem at all, sir. Thank you for letting me know.
but I appreciate that you asked me first.
Respecting personal preference is important in customer service. Your membership registration is successful, sir. You will receive the promotional price today.
That's great. Thank you.
How would you like to pay, sir? By card or cash?
Card, please. Is international card accepted?
Yes, sir. International card is acceptable here. Please tap here, sir. Thank you, sir. So, sir, this is your receipt. As you see, this is our price after you join our membership.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
sir.
Excellent. It has been a very pleasant experience for me.
Glad to hear that, sir. Please feel free to visit us again. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day and enjoy your stay.